Cat Williams is a hypocrite. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to mentalrep for another video. Appreciate you for all coming. If you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button. We really help out the channel. Without further ado, let me get right into it. Like I said, Cat Williams is a hypocrite. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's an interview that's going around the internet with Shannon Sharpe and Cat Williams discussing a broad range of different topics and stuff like that. And Cat Williams pretty much took a shot at 10 comedians and pretty much was pointing a finger. And honestly, like, it's a 2-hour long interview. I don't really care about the full length of it. It's really one particular segment that I really do want to focus on. That's the segment where Cat Williams begins to point the finger at Ricky Smiley and even Steve Harvey. And he begins to point the finger at Ricky Smiley for putting on a dress. And I'm watching the interview. I'm like, dude, like, you point a finger at Ricky Smiley. I don't even care about what they talking about. Cat Williams pointing a finger at Ricky Smiley, yet Cat Williams, he ain't looked himself in the mirror because the hair that he had at the time, he had straight hair like a woman. Like, his hair was perm like a woman. He had straight hair like a woman. That's Cat Williams for you. And so now you got Ricky Smiley and you got Cat Williams arguing about who was supposed to play Money Mike. But that character was an effeminate character. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, that was, like, Money Mike was a straight effeminate character, so effeminate that it was a moment where Cat Williams had a little knife or a butter knife, I don't even know, like a switchblade, whatever it was, and I'm pretty sure that man had some French tips on or some type of nail extension or some whatever on. Like, Cat Williams was pointing a finger at Ricky Smiley for being a man and wearing a dress, which is a problem. It really is a problem for a man to wear a dress. Like, that is Hollywood for you. That's what they do. That's what they try to do. But how you gonna point the finger at Ricky Smiley but not look at yourself? Like, cause you the ones who got the nails on. You the one who got your hair like a woman. And the crazy thing is that they go up to the men and convince them to wear a dress in these movies, but ain't nobody had to convince Cat Williams to wear his hair like a woman or put on fingernails. He was the one who said that he wrote his lines from Money Mike, that he was the only one that could play that part because he knows that part.
And here's the other thing. Everything that Money Mike said, Cat Williams wrote. So what Ricky Smiley say on his? You can't say my lines, I wrote them.
Then on the flip side, he gets on Steve Harvey. Like, I don't care about Steve Harvey. I don't care about Ricky Smiley. But he gets on Steve Harvey about exposing him for having a bald head, saying pretty much that his hairpiece was a fake.
He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Cat Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Cat Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Imagine him coming to tell you another story.
Which to me is like, how you gonna get on the next man for having a hairpiece that actually looked like it could be his hair, but then fail to look at your own hair and see that you rocking a feminine hairstyle that no one had to pay you for, that he chose to do that on his own? That's very hypocritical to me. The thing is that he begins to point the finger at other people and point how effeminate or how gay their behavior is, but then fail to look at himself. And my thing is like, no one really had to go to Cat Williams to, ask him to put on no dress, go put on the dress, whatever, because he fell in line himself. Nobody had to ask him to wear a perm in his head. Nobody had to ask him to put on some French tips or some fingernails like a woman. Like, no one had to ask him to do that. He just fell in line himself. That's who he is. People are praising Cat Williams for being truthful. Man, if you gonna be honest, you gotta be honest about yourself and look at yourself in the mirror. You can't start judging other folks without judging yourself first. You gotta judge yourself, then you can go on and judge other people for what they are into or what they did or whatever. But if you ain't gonna look yourself in the mirror, then you is opening yourself up to be judged based off the judgment that you put on somebody else. That just ain't right. That ain't fair. Because I guarantee there's people who had never even seen Money Mike. There's black people, young black men, they ain't never seen Money Mike. They gonna go and watch Friday After Next. They gonna go watch the movie. They gonna look at Money Mike. They gonna YouTube Money Mike. They gonna Google Money Mike. They gonna see the character. They gonna see a black man acting effeminate with long flowing hair. They gonna laugh and they gonna totally bypass the fingernails and the hair. And then they gonna try to act just like the character because it's funny. They gonna quote the same lines because it's funny, not understanding that they gonna act the same effeminate way. Then I wouldn't be surprised if later down the line, they might themselves end up putting on a dress. I wouldn't be surprised. On top of that, I have a problem with Cat Williams because he came out in the interview and admitted he wouldn't do a movie with Ricky Smiley unless Ricky Smiley was in a dress. And he said he put that in his contract.
He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
I'm like, bro, that's a sellout. Like, he sold his own people out. He sold black men out. Like, he was an enabler. Like, he pointed a finger at other black men for selling out, but then he turned around and openly admit that he sold black men out by putting in his contract that he wouldn't do another movie with Ricky Smiley unless he was in a dress. Like, and my initial thought is, what straight man wants to see another man in a dress? Why would anybody want to do that? If we talk about truth, like, that's messed up. I don't even care how anybody act, how another black man act. I don't care whether he a liar or whatever. That's just messed up. People want to get on the internet and say like, oh, Cat Williams is right, this thing with the woo. No, Cat Williams got a hand in all of this. He's in Hollywood too. He's in Hollyweird too. Like, they say he blackballed, but like, no, he's in the middle of the whole thing. He's in Hollywood. Like, during the entire interview, he's talking about Hollywood. He's in Hollyweird. If you even watch Cat Williams play Money Mike, this is an effeminate role. If you compare his character with Ice Cube and even Mike Epps' character, it's like night and day. I kid you not. I can go out in real life, in reality, and look at men that act effeminate just like that, walking around wearing purses, acting all frilly. That's the influence that Cat Williams put out there for black boys, black men to see and grow up after. Like, that's what he put out. Cat Williams' hands ain't clean. He's pointing a finger at other people, putting a light on other people and trying to get the light off of him. But if you mess around with the truth gonna come back on you if we talk about Truth 2024. Like I said, I don't care about none of the rest of the drama that's going on in the interview. I care about a black man throwing another black man under the bus. He gonna put in his contract. He wanna see a black man in a dress. You an enabler. That was an enabler. He ain't wrong though, because he ain't dead. Like, nah. Cat Williams did an effeminate role. He may not have put on no dress, but you played an effeminate role. He played an effeminate role. That's all I really wanted to point out. Like I said, I don't really care about the rest of the interview because it's all drama. I don't really care for drama, but I do care about black men being men, and I do care about how this Hollyweird culture affected black men, and everybody's a freaking narcissist. Don't want to look at themselves and look at how they contributed into it, like Cat Williams. That's the end of this video. Peace and God bless everyone. I'll see you all in the next video.